My Love of Life Energy is a podcast created by Anna Scott. Anna knows that every human being sees life uniquely. In this podcast, she will talk to people and learn from them. These conversations are to shine the brilliance of each human being she speaks to. Join her. After each exploration, you will expand on your insights and see truth and beauty.
Good morning and good afternoon, and welcome to my podcast, My Love of Life Energy, and my special series on medicine. And today I have the great honor of speaking with Adriana. Adriana, I'm blowing it. Just pronounce your last name again. Say it.
Cerundolo.
So once in a while, I get a client who comes to work with me, and it's the best gift in life. And when Adriana came to work with me, it's been one of the best gifts in life. And then she shared her music with me. And I just saw the power of music and how it's healing. And to hear her voice and hear what she does with her voice and energy is breathtaking. So with that, welcome.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's so great to be here, conversation with you.
Yeah. So you sing, you do yoga, you do medicine bowls. How did you come into this?
Well, I have always loved music ever since I was in the womb, really. And my father loved music and immersed my mom and us when I was in the womb with opera music and classical music. So by the time I was born, I already had an affinity for sound, and I loved music growing up. I had the privilege of taking piano lessons, being encouraged to take voice lessons, and I started playing around with songwriting probably around 8 when I was taking my piano lessons and putzing around with the keys. I have some memories of having a toy electric guitar that I would sing into a plastic microphone. And it was just always fun for me. So fast forward a few years, when I moved to San Francisco in 2010, I learned that there was such thing called sound healing. And I stumbled upon the Globe Institute for Sound and Consciousness. At that point, I was already on a spiritual journey, you can say, kind of going through my quarter life crisis. And it was beautiful to step into the space where sound was being used intentionally for healing. And sound healing itself is a huge modality of all different avenues to go in and use sound for that purpose. And I fell in love with it. And so that was in 2010, and I've been playing with sound ever since from that intentional space.
And question, do you, how is it that sound is healing?
So I think we all have an association with sound being healing inherently. I mean, when we're in the womb as a baby, we learn about our world through vibration, the vibration of our mother's voice. We recognize it because we've been in this sack of fluid growing, and everything we know about the world is through sound. And vibration is the universal sense. There's actually a whole book on that, scientifically, how the nervous system evolved from when we were these one-cell organisms learning about our world through the feeling of vibration and the primordial soup. Like, that was the earliest beginnings of our nervous system. So we're wired as beings to interact with our world through vibration. And since the idea behind sound healing is that because sound is also, vibration is part of everything from the things that are physical and non-physical, we can use vibration to transform our experience. And so that's the premise behind sound healing, is to use it intentionally. You can consider this from an emotional and mental perspective to things that are physical. So from an emotional standpoint and an energetic standpoint, we all have had that experience of when, you're in a room and with a group of people, and say someone walks into the room and they're carrying either a lot of anger or a lot of joy. All of a sudden the room shifts, right? There's a sense of the vibe changing. And this is an example of how emotions carry a frequency to them that we feel, whether we acknowledge it consciously or not. And so when we look at that, consciously, we can begin to use vibration to shift our emotional and mental state. Physically speaking, vibration can be used to the most dense form of breaking up cancer cells, because vibration inherently breaks up matter when used in a certain way. You can think of like a plate of sand, for example. When you attach some wires with vibration that vibrate that plate, that sand is going to break up, right? The vibration is breaking up that matter. And you can do that with cancer cells. So everything from the emotional and energetic spectrum or side of the spectrum to the physical, we can address with sound.
Your voice, I've had the gift of hearing you sing. And when you sing, what's it like to have the vibration in your body going through your body?
That's a great question. I feel most at home when I'm singing. There is this sense of not having much separation from the most basic essence of me in the outside world. It also feels very easeful. There's an ease to it. People have commented, because the sound journeys that I do often are an hour, and I'm pretty much singing nonstop for an hour with the bowls. The crystal singing bowls is what I use primarily, as well as percussion instruments. And it's not hard on my system. It's not, I don't feel afterwards like I've been straining my voice or my body in any way. In fact, I feel the same healing benefits from the sound in my own way as those that are receiving it do. So it's a really nourishing experience for me. It feels soft, and I love doing it.
Do you like singing more, or do you like playing the bowls more, or do you like creating the music more, or is it different?
It's hard for me to play any sort of instrument without adding my voice to it. And I think that's what happened with the bowls. The bowls inherently are healing unto themselves. They have even harmonics that are known to relax the nervous system, and from that place bring about a peaceful vibration across the body.
Do you have your bowls here to play for us?
I have some bowls in the other room. I can absolutely take them out.
Go grab them.
And, but you were saying about using the voice. Yeah, I love layering it on top, because when you layer other pieces on top of the bowls, now the vibrations are playing with each other. You're creating different harmonics.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's where I think the magic is.
Wow.
So I have a kyanite bowl here. And so crystal singing bowls, the basic ones are made out of, they all use quartz crystal, and you can infuse other types of crystals with the quartz to give them different qualities. So for example, the one that I have here.
Oh, wow. I just felt that. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, this God, is a kyanite bowl. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, wow. quartz is the stone of love, is it not?
No, I'm not sure if quartz. I know rose quartz. There's different types of quartzes. The rose quartz is known to be connected to the heart and love.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling that when you're playing it, I'm feeling it in my heart.
Well, this particular one, because it's kyanite, kyanite is known as a crystal connected to cosmos and angelic consciousness.
Right. So how do you play it and what's it? Can you play a little bit for us?
Yeah, sure. So essentially it is a crystal bowl. What happens is they melt the quartz together. It's almost like glass, not glass blowing, but in a sense you have liquid crystal and you shape it around the form of a bowl. And we have these suede wands that with the friction, you go around the edge with some gentle friction. So it's almost similar to playing a wine glass, like with your finger.
I feel my cells opening up as you're playing. And I feel my peripheral vision expand as you play.
Because the frequency is going in and relaxing the system to create more space. And inside of that space, more awareness can come in.
God.
And then when I layer...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, when I layer my voice on top, it then can provide a direction for the energy.
Will you give us an example of that?
Yeah. Let's see how it comes through with the microphone I have here.
Wow. I just got to tell you what I'm feeling right now is I'm starting to get tears and I feel like angels are calling to me.
They are.
I have a question for you, okay? So what do other people report that when they've done this and what have they realized?
Well, people experience anything from seeing colors, different types of imagery or shapes, geometry, to just different sensations in their body. And ultimately what we're doing is that because we're relaxing the mind and also moving stuck energy in the body and creating space, it allows the body to come into more of a resonance with its natural state of health, in resonance with spirit, in resonance, in this case, with the kyanite bowl, with cosmic consciousness. And from that place, it feels like an altered state. And so oftentimes people say it feels like psychedelics without the drugs, right? Which, you know, sound healing is actually also a great way to integrate from a medicine journey. I actually love doing integrations either at the journey or after with sound, because for me as a practitioner, because the medicine is already psychologically opening people up to receive and be more perceptive, it's so fun to feel how the energy moves and can dance and is being received by people in that space more so than when they're in their linear mind. So that's for me where the fun really is to play with people when they're in that soft receiving state, and to really be able to infuse kind of like a supercharge of the cosmic energy in that place, because I can see and feel the opening and the difference and the impact that results from that.
I'm really interested in what you just said, because when you were playing, it began to feel like I was going into one of my Bufo journeys. In the way, like the lights and the fractals, and I just felt such an expansive state. And so I would think that this medicine with, some of the hallucinogenics, or like, psilocybin or Bufo are the ones that I know, that it allows me to become aware of what's really true in me rather than my thinking, in more of a conscious state. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, because sound doesn't lie. Vibration doesn't lie. Vibration is a carrier for energy. That's what it is. It's the most visceral carrier that we have in this world that we live in, for energy movement. And so when you feel something is true, it's because you're feeling the vibration of that thing. And so absolutely, when we're receiving sound that's infused with intentionality, that's connected to spirit in the same way that medicine is, right? It's the mind can't compete with that.
Yeah. No, this is the pragmatic part. Is that, we're human beings, and we live in this world of what I call form. And how does sound healing help me live in this formed world? Like, what have you seen, like, this medicine do for people? How does it transform or make their day-to-day life?
How's it practical? What's the practical usage, I guess? Yeah. I mean, first of all, just to be able, as with most healing modalities, just to have a respite from our thinking mind. I mean, you know this so well with your coaching practice, how we don't even realize sometimes how we're in the thinking, right? And someone like you, the angel, comes in and says, well, do you realize that that's actually just your thinking? You don't have to choose that experience. And I feel that, our thinking mind, our linear mind, is just like this tape that's rolling, and the coaching or the sound comes in with, like, two prongs and kind of opens up the window of space to allow some more space to come in. And so that respite is so powerful, that pause. And within that pause, we have the opportunity to have a different experience. And it's in that pausing of having a different experience that the nervous system and our conscious mind can begin to experience something different. And then we have that imprint, that memory, that sensation that hopefully will carry with us for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week. And we're going to ultimately forget, and that's okay. But then the next time that we're offered an opportunity to open up the window again, we're going to be drawn towards it because it feels good. It feels real. It feels true. And so I feel that just going to a sound journey even once will allow the body to relax a little bit of those defenses and that thinking mind, that heavy grip that we all carry as humans, and create some space and a memory of what it feels like to be relaxed and connected to spirit. So that's just one way. Yeah. And honestly, I feel that sound, if you make it a part of your routine of going to sound journeys, even monthly, it then becomes something that you do in community with other people. And the vibrational frequency intensifies because you have a group that is connecting to that space of presence, of healing together. So that's one way. I also think that in general, it would behoove people, if nothing else, to start thinking and asking the question for themselves, how is vibration impacting me? What are the vibrations that I surround myself with in terms of internally, the thoughts that you tell yourself, everything to your house? And what type of things do you have in your house? Is it cluttered? Do you have things around you that you love? What's the music that you're listening to? Because vibration, it all hertz, right? We can only hear between, I think it's 20 and I'm not going to remember the full range. We only can hear a small piece of all the vibrations that are around us. So sound is only what we can hear, but everything has a vibrational frequency. And so even the things that we can't hear, for example, the artwork may not be humming, but is that vibration working for me? How does it feel in my body? So just switching or opening up the possibility of thinking about the world in terms of vibration, I think can help us greatly in starting to connect with what feels good, and then literally tuning our life so that it's serving us.
So can I share with you a download I got when you were talking? I can feel the truth of what you're saying. And I think that I've been so used to being at a low vibration that everything matches. And when I heard you start singing and playing the bowls, the vibration was so high. And I thought, my God, what would it be like to live more in that vibration every day? Like, what would have to be present in my life if that was the harmonic that I was tuned to? And I just saw, I always think I already have a great life, but what you just showed me is something so much greater than I could even imagine. And the beauty, because what I heard was God and the angels and this just divinity of who we are. But I don't listen for that harmonic. Like the minute you started playing, if you go ahead and play for another minute.
Sure.
Please, if you don't mind.
Of course.
Because this is all about me right now. And if you can put your voice in. Okay. So I just can feel God. I can feel the harmonic of God so deeply right now. And I thought, what would it be like if that's what I was tuned to every day? And I'd never thought, I've known it intellectually, but right now what I'm doing is feeling the wavelength of it. The vibration of it. And I feel it when I come out of my medicine journeys, but the day to day, it's harder for me to remember, but like this just put me right back in without hallucinogenic. So what I see you doing is harmonizing people to God, to spirit, whatever universal intelligence. No, to me,
basically it.
There's no fear there. There's just love and expansion, which is the truth of who we are.
And yes, and love and expansion is life, right? And life is always winning. So that's what I mean when I say there's no competition for this sort of vibration. You just infuse it, and you can use sound. There's so many ways to infuse and share this vibration, but sound, I believe, is a powerful way to do so. And so when we infuse our body with that vibration of spirit, everything is welcomed and everything is absorbed and transmuted that's not in resonance with that thing, because nothing is more powerful than it.
So I have a question for you, because I'm going to be on your, I'm going to become one of your once a month people, and we're running out of time. All right.
Okay.
Like, not running out of time. That's not the true story. I choose to do this 30 minutes, and I'm honoring my choice.
Beautiful.
And so I want to be one of your people who come to your once a month, because I just felt the power of it. I just experienced the truth of what you're doing. How do I do it? How do people find you?
Yeah.
Because this is gold.
Well, I'm so glad that you resonate with this work. Absolutely. It's yeah, I love doing sound journeys, and I do them once a month at Left Coast Power Yoga in Oakland around the full moon. Usually it's on the full moon, if not around that time. So if you go to Saray Sound, SARAY sound.com, I have my upcoming events. And you can also reach out to me directly through there. I have my email for folks that would like either private group sessions for them and their friends, or couples. I will come to people's homes and do sound journeys, sometimes for special occasions, which is always so fun to bring in that intentional ceremonial space to special events. It's a great way to celebrate whatever the occasion or milestone is. Or some folks just love to have me come for their regular sound healing, every month or so, or every few weeks. I also do one-on-one sessions as well here in my cottage in El Cerrito. So yeah, I also will be releasing more music, which is very exciting. So you can follow me again on my website there, or on Instagram, the same handle at Saray Sound, for upcoming tracks.
And this will all be listed in the bio. And I invite anybody who's listening to this, please go listen to her music. It is breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. So thank you.
Thank you, Anna. So fun to be here.
I love this. All right, thank you.